Don't complain about finance. I know your daddy weren't a real man.
Hello, welcome back to my channel. What is up? I'm so excited for this video. Quickly just ignore my hair. This is what happens when you do French plaits and you have super short hair. You get a little bit of Cindy Lou Who vibes going down. Today I have a book haul, I guess, for you. A books you need to read type of video. About a year ago, I properly started reading again for the first time in like 10 years, and I have fallen in love with self-help, self-development, and very recently spirituality books, as I'm on a little bit of a, not a little bit, quite a big spiritual journey. I feel like I've had an awakening at some point, and here I am. I've got 10 books I really think you should read if you are looking to better yourself, get some self-help, learn more about yourself, as well as if you're also spiritual or want to learn more about that. I've got a couple of books in there too. So yeah, let's just get right into it. I don't know what to start with because I feel like I have to start on a high. Maybe I'll start with my favourite book. Now, a few of these you will have seen before, all over TikTok, all over Instagram. Like, some of these books are very, very well known, and they have a reason for that. But number one, this book literally has a very large place in my heart. The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People by 𝐜𝐨𝐝𝐞𝐬. But I love this book. I've only read it once, but I'm never getting rid of this book. This book is coming with me when we move, and I will be rereading this book for the rest of my life. This book is all about, obviously, the 7 habits of highly effective people. It's all about building habits into your lifestyle to have the most effective lifestyle and life. It also touches all on like yourself and how you work as a person. It's so good for learning about yourself, and also if you're trying to better the way you live, view life and work in life, this book is going to help you out so much. It's quite a big book, which I quite liked. It took me a while to get through, and I really liked it because I felt like I was probably learning. I just love this book so much. It's just so interesting. It's just got a lot of tactics and hacks and suggestions and just really interesting assets and elements. I'm trying to use really interesting words. It's just a really good book, and I really, really suggest that if you're trying to be more productive, live a better life, live a more effective life, and live in alignment with your goals and how you want to live your life, this is the book you need. So that's book number 1, and that's possibly my number 1 out of the 10. Next we'll go on to my second one, which also is a very habity book, and it's literally called Atomic Habits. Now, if you haven't heard of this book, I'm very surprised. This book, as you can see from the little tags at the top, I also love. I've read this book twice now. It's by 𝐬𝐮𝐬𝐜𝐫, and it's basically how he turned his life around. Again, all about habits and including habits into your life, implementing habits, ways to do the habits you don't want to do in a way that is attractive is the way he uses it. So basically, say you want to start some new habits, but you're kind of not doing them, or you're not staying consistent with them. This book is really handy for that. So I kind of recommend reading this one first and then moving on to this one. This one gives you the habits and also really good tools to like implement them. The lighting's really weird, I'm sorry, but this one gives you really good tools how to implement the habits, but this one's mainly like about habits, and then this one is basically how to implement them, as well as a few to implement. It talks a lot about how your brain works and how to habit stack, how to do the habits you don't want to do, make habits that you now don't want to do then become habits that you do want to do. Say for like the gym, he uses the gym a lot, and like stopping smoking and eating healthier as like examples, and how to make the habit of going to the gym, eating healthier, stopping smoking more attractive. I have had 2 coffees today, and I've just realised I'm talking very fast, so I apologise. It probably won't stop, but just I hope you can understand me. But yeah, these 2 are possibly my 2 favourite books I've ever read. No, these are my 2 favourite habit books I've ever read. I'm just going to throw this one in. This is not a like self-help or self-development or spirituality book, but this is a really interesting book which I feel like everyone should read. It is a fictional book. Is fiction not real? Yes, right? Non-fiction, fiction. This is like a story book. How do I explain it? This is not a self-help book, basically. It's called Maybe You Should Talk to Someone by Lori Gottlieb. 𝐜𝐨𝐝. The author is a therapist and writes the book in a therapist point of view. And it's just interesting because it's, I don't know, it kind of called me out. I started getting therapy after reading this book. She is a therapist. She also goes to a therapist, and it's basically how our lives are related, as well as some thrown in things there which, if you suffer with them, like a couple of things I've suffered with within this book, or suffer with, kind of helps you in a way. I don't know, it's just a really interesting book, and I really suggest you read this because it's not a self-help book, but I definitely think it helped myself a bit. So I recommend this. It's also a very cute book. Next we'll move on to this one. Now this is another like TikTok aesthetic, Instagram reels type of book. This is what that girl reads. But it's a very interesting book. It's 101 essays that will change the way you think, and it's exactly that. It's just 101, not random essays, but they don't kind of fit together. They are kind of targeting all different subjects, categories in your life. For example, there's essays on like the little things you don't realize are affecting how you feel about your body. There's also how to actually change your life this year, what you find in solitude, signs your mental breakdown is actually an emotional breakthrough. Like there's just a bunch of essays, 101 to be precise, that will change the way you think. You know, the title of the book is quite good because that's what it is. I really liked this though. I've turned down a lot of pages as well because a lot of these essays did resonate with me, and I'm sure more than a few will resonate with you. That rhymed. So I definitely recommend this. A lot of people have mixed feelings about Brianna West. Waste? I'm not sure, but I really like her. But I do really like this book. It kind of, again, makes you think about yourself and your life and take a look at yourself. That's my favorite thing about self-help books. It really like exposes you to yourself. And because you're the one reading it, it means no one else kind of sees you be like, oh, I do that. If it's a toxic trait, you can just deal with it on your own. We will stay on the topic of Brianna Waste, and this one is next. The Mountain Is You. I've read this book twice and I love it. This book is all about self-sabotage. I'm a huge self-sabotager. Well, I was before this book. I'm now a lot better. But this book, oh, did she slap me around the face. I was like, huh, when I read this, because I was just immediately exposed from like page 3. But this, yeah, is basically just about self-sabotage, and you learn that you are your own mountain. You are, one, what stands in your way, but also you are what gets out of your way. Like you are in your way, but also you get out of your way type of thing. Basically, it's all about self-sabotage and how to get over self-sabotage. It's got a lot of like tactics and things to resolve your self-sabotaging behaviours, a lot of reasons as to why you may self-sabotage, and it's just a self-help book on self-sabotagement, if that's a word. Next is The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Frick. This is by Mark Manson. I've had this book for like 7 years. Like I got this book when I was about 13 and I only read it a few months ago. This one I do really like. It's basically just like how to stop caring about what other people think. It's very just basic self-help. Like if you're not really ready to delve into the fully like exposing yourself, hurting your own feelings because these books are calling you out, I strongly recommend this one. Like this one's a bit more light-hearted. The others can literally like punch you around the face. The kind of humour and the writing in this book I really like as well. Like this book actually made me laugh, and books don't make me laugh just because I'm reading, but I don't know, that book made me laugh. It was kind of fun. Next is The Marshmallow Test by Walter Mischel. This is all about self-control and patience. I couldn't, that word was not coming to my brain. Oh, it literally says it there. It's all about self-control and like waiting, basically, patience. I'm a very impatient person, so this book was very interesting and very helpful. They tested children in kindergarten, it's kindergarten, but I just feel weird saying it like that. Test of children in nursery. They were given a treat now and they just get one, or if they wait longer, they'll get more type of thing. So it's all about self-control and how to get that delayed reward, delayed response, I guess. It's all just about patience, self-control. This one's very sciencey based. It's not super like personal and stuff, but it's a very, very interesting read. I strongly recommend, just to learn about self-control and how to master it and understand a bit about yourself and your self-control. If you're badly self-controlled like myself, that one will help you. It really helped me to kind of be more patient and not immediately go for the smaller prize and wait wait for the bigger prize. The next few are on my Kindle. I got an iPad a few months ago and then got Kindle, and holy moly has it changed my life. Just quickly, this one is not going to be included in the list, but everyone needs to read Money, A User's Guide, because it's a very interesting book about money, and I feel like people in our generation have not been taught about money at all. And because money is such a big thing now, it's like everything to everyone now. Reading that book is very, very interesting. So Money, A User's Guide, strongly recommend. But that's not a self-help book, that's just a educational book. But the next one is going to be The Alchemist. Now this is another TikTok one, but holy moly is this one of the best books I've ever read in my life. It is all about a young boy, and he basically goes on his travels to find this treasure that a woman in a like palm reading, no, dream, what's the word, explaining, dream understanding woman basically said there is treasure that you have to go find. And he was like, how do I go find it? And she said, look for the omens. Then he met the king. It was basically all about, we all have a life purpose. Oh wait, this is the spirituality one, I should have said that. About your life's purpose and following your intuition, good omens, how the universe is always on your side basically. It was just such a beautiful book to read. The Alchemist is just one of the most beautiful books I've ever read. I will be rereading it. Next, again on the spirituality thing, is How to Heal Toxic Thoughts by Sandra Ingerman. Again, love this book. I've read it twice. It's all about how to heal your toxic thoughts and how to not send toxic energy, send negative energy towards others and also yourself. This is just such a beautiful book. It's all about self-love and self-care, as well as treating other people nicely and respectfully. There's a lot of like exercise in this book, which I really like. There's a lot of like meditation as well as like visioning. I just really liked it. It's such a calming, nice book to read. That's why I've read it twice. It really just helps me feel grounded. I really like that book. It's such a nice book. And lastly, I think this is number 10. Last one, and I'm actually reading this currently. I've not finished it, but wow, am I absolutely loving this book. It's called The Courage to Be Disliked by... Oh, there's a series. Oh, there's a series. Okay. By, oh no, 𝐜𝐨𝐿𝐴 and... I'm not gonna try. Wow, this book is all about living just for yourself. Stop relying on external influences to fuel your internal thoughts. It's all about just living for you. Stop caring about what other people think. Stop letting other people's opinions affect you. And it's just like The Courage to Be Disliked, because not everyone's gonna like you, and it just kind of has helped me realise just how much I cater to other people and let other people's opinions of me affect me when they shouldn't. And it's also all about not tending to other people's behaviour and asks. Basically, it's like, it says a lot about how other people's tasks are not your responsibility. Other people's opinions and what they want for you is not your responsibility. It's all about just living in accordance, is that a word? Living accordingly to the life you want to live and the person you want to be. I'm reading it at the moment, loving it. I read in the morning, every single morning with my coffee. Oh, sorry, I just kicked my tripod. I love reading in the morning just because it sets up my day. I'm reading one like self-help or spirituality book I find really helps me feel calm and centered and like grounded for the day, because a lot of the things I read in my books will have an impact on me, which will then kind of come back to me throughout the day. For example, this morning in The Courage to Be Disliked, it was still talking a lot about how other people's tasks are not your task, other people's opinions and responsibility are not your like responsibility. It's nothing to do with you. I've been coming back to that every single day, as well as always treating people with kindness. That's always mentioned in the book as well. So I just strongly recommend self-help spirituality books. They are the best. They've actually changed my whole entire life in so many ways. I really suggest just trying out a self-help book, trying out a self-development book. Even if you're not into the whole like spirituality thing, the first ones I mentioned have nothing to do with any sort of spirituality. It's just the last 3, as well as The Mountain Is You. That's kind of spiritual, I mean. So yeah, I strongly recommend those books. Every single one of them has really resonated with me, really impacted my life and helped me better the way I live. Follow me on Instagram for some more spirituality wellness content. I'm posting a lot more wellnessy stuff on there, and I'll also soon be a CPT, which is a certified personal trainer. So if you'd like to be coached by me, that is where you can find some help as well. Subscribe. I want to bring more of my spiritualness back onto YouTube, as well as my fitness content and lifestyle content and food content, etc, etc. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you found a new book to read, and I post every single Tuesday at 6 p.m, so please subscribe. We are very close to 1,000 subscribers, which is mad. I've literally been trying for 2 years to get here, and I am so excited, but also I don't really care because it's not about the numbers for me, but also it's just like an achievement, you know. It's like you've got to have something to strive for, and I love YouTube. So yeah, thanks so much for watching. I love you so much. See you next Tuesday. Peace out. Goodbye. Love you.